Alright, Stranger Things fans, it's your boy Explainverse coming at you with a mind-blowing deep dive into the biggest question haunting us all. How the heck is Eleven going to take down Vecna in the final season of Stranger Things? Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the Upside Down, exploring theories, breaking down clues, and serving up some spicy speculation that'll keep you hooked until the very end. If you're as obsessed with Hawkins' weirdest mysteries as I am, you're in for a treat. Let's crank up that synth music and get started. By now we've all seen the jaw-dropping chaos of Stranger Things Season 4, and let's be real, things are looking grim for our favorite Hawkins crew. The finale left us with Hawkins split open like a cracked egg thanks to those 4 massive gates Vecna opened by claiming his victims. The Upside Down and the real world are bleeding into each other with ash falling from the sky like some apocalyptic snowstorm. It's not just a vibe anymore, it's a full-on nightmare. And while Eleven managed to save Max, barely, Vecna's still out there, licking his wounds but definitely not down for the count. So, what's the deal? Vecna's plan worked like a charm. He opened his 4 gates, merging the Upside Down with reality, and now Hawkins is ground zero for whatever freaky shenanigans he's got planned next. But here's the kicker. Eleven is still the most powerful player in this game. She's got abilities that even Vecna can't touch, and Season 5 is shaping up to be her ultimate test. Will she save the world, or will she have to make the ultimate sacrifice? Let's break it down and figure out how our girl is going to face off against the creepiest villain in Hawkins' history. Let's talk about why Eleven is Vecna's biggest threat. First off, her powers are on a whole other level. We've seen her open gates to the Upside Down, something Vecna can't do on his own. Remember that iconic moment when she accidentally ripped open the first gate, sending Henry Creel, aka Vecna, into the Upside Down? That wasn't just a plot point, it was proof that Eleven's power outshines his. She's the key to this whole mess, and Vecna knows it. In Season 4's piggyback episode, we saw Eleven flex her psychic muscles like never before. She dove into Max's memories, faced Vecna in the Upside Down, and saved her friend from becoming his 4th victim. That's no small feat. Vecna may be a master manipulator, but Eleven's ability to infiltrate minds and control the battlefield gives her a serious edge. Plus, she's got something Vecna doesn't: heart. Her love for her friends, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Max, and the whole gang, fuels her strength. Vecna's all about hate and control, but Eleven fights for hope and connection. That's the kind of power you can't fake. But here's where things get juicy. The Duffer Brothers have confirmed that Stranger Things Season 5 will feature a massive time jump. This isn't just a plot device, it's a game changer. Over the years, Eleven has gone from a scared kid with a buzz cut to a badass who's learned to harness her powers with precision. With extra time to train and grow, she could become unstoppable. Imagine Eleven after years of practice, mastering her telekinesis, mind-walking, and gate-opening abilities. She's not just a weapon anymore, she's a force of nature. But will that be enough to stop Vecna's master plan? Let's not kid ourselves. Vecna's not going to make this easy. In Season 4, Eleven and the gang torched his physical form, but did you really think that was the end of him? This is Vecna we're talking about, the guy who survived being banished to the Upside Down and came back as a psychic overlord. When we last saw him, he was hurt, but definitely not dead. He vanished into the shadows, likely plotting his next move. And if the rumors are true, his next form could be straight up terrifying. One wild theory floating around is that Vecna might evolve into something even worse, like a Mind Flayer 2.0, or a creature inspired by the Thessal Hydra from Dungeons & Dragons lore. Picture this: a multi-headed otherworldly beast that's even harder to kill than Vecna's current form. The Upside Down is full of creepy crawlies, and Vecna's had years to tinker with its dark energy. If he comes back with a new body and even stronger powers, Eleven's going to need every ounce of her strength, and some serious backup from the Hawkins crew. But here's the scary part: Vecna's already got the upper hand. Those 4 gates he opened, they're still active, pouring Upside Down energy into the real world. The ash falling in Hawkins, the cracks in the ground, it's all proof that the barrier between worlds is crumbling. Vecna's been playing the long game, waiting 7 years for Eleven to open that first gate, so he could start his invasion. Now that he's got his foot in the door, closing those gates might be next to impossible. And if Eleven wants to stop him, she might have to pay a price she's not ready for. That time jump in Season 5 is a big deal, and it's got fans buzzing with questions. On one hand, it gives Eleven time to level up her powers. She's already learned to control her abilities better thanks to her training with Dr. Brenner and her own determination. Remember how she regained her powers in Season 4 by reliving her past traumas? That was just the beginning. With years to practice, she could unlock new abilities we haven't even seen yet, like manipulating the Upside Down itself or closing gates with a snap of her fingers. But the time jump cuts both ways. Vecna's not going to sit around twiddling his creepy thumbs. If his physical form was destroyed, he'll need time to regenerate or transform into something even worse. The Upside Down is his playground and he's had years to study its secrets. What if he's building an army of Demogorgons, mind flayers, or something entirely new? The longer he has to prepare, the tougher it'll be for 11 and the gang to take him down. Plus, there's the emotional toll of the time jump. Our Hawkins crew, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Will, Max, and the rest, will be older, maybe even adults. They've been through hell together, but time changes people. Will their friendships hold strong, or will they drift apart? And what about Eleven's relationship with Mike? That heartbreaking goodbye in Season 1 still haunts us, and some fans think it's a clue that 11 might not make it out of Season 5 alive. Could her love for her friends push her to make the ultimate sacrifice? Alright, let's address the Demogorgon in the room. Could 11 die in Season 5? It's a tough pill to swallow, but the clues are there. Closing those 4 gates is going to be a monumental task, and the Upside Down doesn't play fair. If 11 has to seal the gates to save the world, it might cost her everything. Think about it. Every time she's used her powers to open or close a gate, it's taken a massive toll on her. In Season 1, she vanished after taking down the Demogorgon. In Season 3, she nearly lost her powers entirely. Season 5 could push her to her limits, and beyond. There's also that gut punch moment in Season 1 when 11 says goodbye to Mike before disappearing. Fans have pointed to it as foreshadowing, a hint that her story might end in tragedy. If she has to close the gates and stop Vecna for good, she might have to trap herself in the Upside Down, or worse, destroy it with her inside. The idea of 11 sacrificing herself for her friends and the world fits the show's themes of love, courage, and selflessness. But man, it would break our hearts. On the flip side, the Duffer Brothers love throwing curveballs. Maybe 11 finds a way to defeat Vecna and close the gates without dying. Maybe she uses her powers to take control of the Upside Down, turning it against Vecna in a way he never expected. Or maybe the Hawkins gang comes up with a genius plan to outsmart him, like they did with the Mind Flayer in Season 3. Either way, Season 5 is going to be an emotional roller coaster, and we're not ready to say goodbye to our favorite ego-loving hero just yet. Here's the million-dollar question. What even is the Upside Down? Despite 4 seasons of Stranger Things, we still don't know where it came from or how it works. Is it a parallel dimension? A corrupted version of our world? A creation of the Mind Flayer, or Vecna himself? The Hawkins lab flashbacks gave us some clues. 11 opened the first gate, and she's the one who sent Henry Creel into the Upside Down where he transformed into Vecna. But the bigger picture is still a mystery. One theory is that the Upside Down is tied to 11's powers. She's the only one who can open and close gates, which suggests she has a unique connection to this dimension. Could she have created it accidentally when she banished Henry? Or is the Upside Down something older, something that's been waiting for someone like 11 to unlock its secrets? If she can figure out how the Upside Down works, she might find a way to shut it down for good. Or at least keep it from swallowing Hawkins whole. Another possibility is that Vecna's control over the Upside Down is the key. He's been using its energy to power his attacks, from the Mind Flayer to the Demogorgons. If 11 can wrest control of the Upside Down from him, she could turn the tables. Imagine her using the Upside Down's own monsters against Vecna in an epic final showdown. It's the kind of wild, cinematic moment Stranger Things does best. Look, Stranger Things fans, we've been through a lot together. From Demogorgon chases, to Mind Flayer battles, to Vecna's psychic nightmares, this show has kept us on the edge of our seats. Season 5 is shaping up to be the biggest, boldest, and most emotional chapter yet. With a time jump, new threats, and 11 at the peak of her powers, we're in for a finale that'll leave us screaming, crying, and cheering. But we need to talk about what you think. Will 11 defeat Vecna and save the day, or is she headed for a tragic end? Can the Hawkins gang close those gates and stop the Upside Down from taking over? And what's the deal with that creepy dimension anyway? Drop your theories in the comments below because I know you've got some wild ideas. And if you're as hyped for Season 5 as I am, hit that like button, share this with your fellow Stranger Things nerds, and let's keep the Hawkins hype train rolling. Until next time, keep your walkie-talkies tuned and your Eggo waffles ready. This is Explainverse, signing off from the edge of the Upside Down. Catch you in the next video. Stay strange, my friends.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.